Welcome back to another bowling ball review. This time we are with the one Encore. You've seen the one Remix on this channel before. Now it's time for the one Encore, which is a hybrid version of one of the greatest bowling balls of all time, the one. It's time for me to line up and start striking for you. First shot ever. 5. Okay, it hooks more than I thought. First impression, I thought it was going to be a little weaker of a bowling ball than it is. I don't know why I would think that. I looked at it being like a shinier hybrid, and that's just what I thought. Since I got 5, I think it's only appropriate that I move 5 and see what happens then. That was close. Might need to get my hand a little more around it, and I think I might need to throw it a little harder to try and keep it on line. Try and get it through some of that early hook and try and get it to finish a little more down lane before I start bowling a full game and kind of explaining what this ball is, the numbers behind it, what my layouts are on it. There we go, just up the ball speed, leave the hand in the exact same position to just mix them up instead of 7-pin. I keep missing it at the bottom. I'm giving myself one more shot and then I'll bowl a game with it. Yeah. Get my hand a little around it and I see it continue a little more, so I'm in the right spot, and now I'm gonna bowl a game with it and show you guys what it can do, kind of where I would put it in my bag in comparison to the other balls I bring. Hook. Light mix. Yeah! I gotta get my phone so I can read you guys some of the stats on this ball. In 15 pounds is gonna be a 2466 RG. A differential of an 056 and 027 of asymmetry. It's gonna be a high performance bowling ball made for those medium to heavier oil conditions. Probably the league shot, maybe. I think we'll see by the end of this video if I'm gonna put it in my league bag or my tournament bag, but definitely borderline league shot. I'd say league shot for most of you guys for sure. For me, maybe a little too high rev rate, but we'll see by the end of this game if it's gonna be in a league bag for me. Trip 6, but the 7-pin stance. Man. So moving one board left was not the answer, so I'm gonna go one board back to the right. Yeah, maybe I should just throw better shots. Probably that, right? The ball's definitely making like a really hard shape in the middle lane, which I like to see quite a bit, actually. I'd rather make a hard shape in the middle lane than a hard shape down lane. Much easier to control the pocket that way. A little bit up the back on that one for sure, but it still had that continuation down lane to actually get back to the pocket and mix up the pins the right way. If I was forced to compare it right now, probably compare it to the one. Probably put it in line with that Crypto Boom. Maybe this one hooks even a little more and is a little more continuous than that Crypto Boom, but not quite as down lane and as sharp as like a Track Stealth. This probably fit right in between those two. There's some vacuuming going on in the back, so you guys might hear it. I apologize if you do. We're doing our best. Leave us a like or put us on blast, whatever you want. All comments are welcome, good and bad. But if you make a bad comment, I'm deleting you. Speaking of bad, that shot wasn't my best. A little grabby, a little rotatey, still struck. I haven't been a huge fan of hybrids in the past, but this one might be changing my mind just because of the ability to control the pocket that it's giving me. I'm gonna move one. I haven't thrown a better shot in my career. Yeah, that ball's really digging through the pins. The shots that I miss it with my hand, it's really sending the pins left and right like fast. Because I'm definitely gonna put this in my league bag for sure, just after seeing the shape it's making, how it's going through the pins. I'd be very curious to see after game 1, middle of game 2, if I can keep moving right and it keeps striking. As I move deeper to the right, will it still hook? Let's try it out. I'm gonna move 2 right now. I think with that 2-board move that I made, I'm also gonna need to adjust my speed and slow it down a little bit. I don't have to be super flush in the pocket for this ball to strike. It doesn't have to hit perfect. This one's gonna be a money ball for league for me. Slowing the speed down. I slowed the speed down, but still kind of rolled out a little bit going into the pins. So I'm gonna try and rotate it a little bit more with my hands to try and really get it to turn and flip a little harder. We've been filming some videos with Tommy Jones. He made probably hundreds of thousands of dollars with that ball. That ball helped him solidify himself not as one of the best bowlers in the world at the time, but probably one of the best bowlers in the world has ever seen. So, Tommy made the ball look sick, and the ball made Tommy look sick. It was a match made in heaven. That's my hit. Ah! Feels like every time I'm bowling well, that happens. You guys have seen it in videos numerous times. I think that's a classic sign of this ball being amazing, because it happens with all of the balls I like to throw all the time. I mean, for you guys who want to get one of your own, we have a link down below at buddiesproshop.com/Packy. It just gives me credit letting them know that I sent you guys there. I don't get any commission off of that. It's just to let them know that I did a good job promoting Buddies Pro Shop and this bowling ball. For you guys who do order one, maybe play around with the surface if it's not as much hook as you're looking for. Because it's being a hybrid, I like to view the hybrids as like chameleons, where you could shine it up and make it a little further down lane, a little snappier, or you could hit it with a little bit of surface and make it a little earlier and a little smoother. The ball's pretty good at doing both. I'm bowling a great game and haven't missed the pocket yet. I'm not gonna touch it at all. But you guys, if you don't love it right out the gate, feel free to mess around with it. Or just buy two of them and put some surface on one and shine the other one. Push. Oh. Tickle them down. That was a little inside of target. It's not only going to be in my house shot bag, obviously, but it's also going to make its way into my tournament bag just because of its ability to control the pattern. So I'll be really excited when I bring this down to the RSC on campus and see kind of how it handles some of those harder patterns, some of those flatter patterns, some of those longer patterns, not the shorter patterns. We know which ball is used on those. The purple people eater. I'll throw this one normal, and then the last one I'll have some fun with. The first one tickled them, the second one tripped the big four. I think that means I can only do one thing here, and that's move my feet about 17 to the right, hop in front of that ball return, give it some air time, and see what happens. Raise your hand if you think this one's gonna hook. That ball can strike from anywhere. Encore, encore. I want to thank you guys for watching this video and letting me take you along the journey of the One Encore. I appreciate it. And as always, if you guys want this ball, there's a link down below in the description, buddiesproshop.com/Packy, where you guys can buy this ball and pre-order it so it can be yours. Because this ball is going to be a league monster. And until then, peace.